Welcome into This Is the Place Arena at Lehi High School for KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week. A top 10 matchup in 5A as the Alta Hawks travel to take on the Lehi Pioneers. Thank you for joining us, everyone. My name is Dane Stewart. Please be joined by Lance Gummersall, head coach of the Harriman Mustangs. Coach, these two teams have been top teams in the state this year, top teams in the classification. First matchup was a 7-point game. We're set for a doozy here tonight.
Correct. I have not seen Lehi since the summer. I saw Alta for 3 games at the Skyridge tournament, and they were impressive. So I'm assuming that's continued, and we will see how it goes here.
It has continued. Alta 17-2 coming into this one, 7-0 in region play. We mentioned they played already. It was a 62-55 win for the Hawks. It was a 29 fourth quarter to help them come from behind and get that win. But, man, you look at Jackson Johnson, the junior, 16-8. His averages coming into this one. You got Ace Reiser. This is a loaded lineup for Coach Travis Orrin and Alta.
Absolutely. Ace Reiser, one of the best point guards in the state, tough to handle for anybody. And Jackson Johnson might be one of the most versatile players we've seen for a while.
You're well familiar with Ace, having to go up against him in region play prior to his transfer to Alta. Meanwhile, for Lehi, Coach Quincy Lewis doing a great job here at Lehi. Has got off to a bit of a rocky start, but they've started to find their rhythm here in Region 6-1 and headlined by Cooper Lewis.
Yeah, he averages 18 a game, is that right?
Yeah.
Scoring it for him.
Lehi in the home whites. Want to let you know the clock you see on your screen, unofficial. We'll do our best to keep that synchronized here with the game clock. First possession for the Pioneers. They work inside. This is Grayson Brousseau up amongst the trees and too strong, rebounded by Johnson. Boy, Jackson, how about end-to-end for the big man off the window?
Tough to stop that.
That's one of the things I think is really undervalued in his game is, you think of the length and the shooting, but he can handle the rock as well.
Yeah, he's really good anywhere you put him.
That's an extended jumper for Brousseau, won't go, and another rebound here for Johnson. Hey, he's the only Hawk right now. Right to the rack and draws the contact.
Yeah, I was talking to some other coaches just yesterday about him, and they just said he does some things that you wouldn't notice in a stat sheet, just small things where he's cutting guys off at the half court so they can't get a fast break, just doing things that help his team win basketball games.
I love the recognition there, too, right? Where it's like, hey, if I got an angle, I'm going to attack, no need to slow it up, let's just go.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think a 4-star recruit, just a junior, 6'8". I mean, he's got a high ceiling, and now to the line where he's even good there, just below 80% on the year, though he misses his first.
That's the play-by-play jinx right there, no question.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Jackson. My bad. Of course, he's having to shoot right into that Lehi student section.
Yeah. Interesting they have that student section on that side and not the other side for the second half.
I think administration tries to be kind in that regard, but
potentially, yeah.
Well, that's a tough pull from Cooper, just inside the line, offensive board. And there you go. Hey, good pat back there by Preston Varner for the first points for Lehi.
Big foul on Jackson Johnson. We'll see if Quincy Lewis decides to attack him here in the next few possessions.
You mentioned the first there on Johnson. And Varner to the line. Chance here to tie it up. Preston Varner, all the headline around Cooper Lewis, but Varner's been really strong this year. 10 points per game, 4 rebounds per game. He's been great for Coach Lewis.
Big body.
First real set here for the Hawks as they work inside to Doliak. Couldn't handle, gathered by Goodfellow. Carter had a monster game in that first matchup. We'll talk about that as the game goes on.
Lehi showing really good help down there on Doliak.
Well, and even there, man, that's a nice drive, but the long arms of Brousseau able to win it for the Pioneers.
Ooh. Lehi had numbers there, but they tried to advance it a little bit too quick.
It's one thing about Coach Lewis, they're going to play good defense.
Absolutely. They had great help on Doliak in the post right there, not letting any entry passes get in there.
So here's Cooper Lewis. The drive, 3, Varner just rimmed out, offensive board gathered here by the Pioneers. That was Braxton Hawkins. He's got it now.
Lots of movement for Lehi on offense. Guys moving without the ball moving across the court.
Anderson working inside. Brousseau trying to work here on Doliak. Got him in the air,
Tough
the fadeaway. There you go. Boy, it even feels like Doliak does a pretty good job of being there. Early lead here for the Pioneers. Johnson.
Lehi doing a great job on the perimeter, bottling up Ace first, and then the other guards on the outside.
Well, and even that cutoff by Anderson didn't give the baseline. Working inside, and a traveling violation.
Again, really good help right there, causing Doliak to travel because he didn't know where to go with the ball, and the help slid over on the roll.
A good start here for the Pioneers. Only 3 points. Jackson Johnson. Here's Anderson. Into the corner, 3 from Braxton. Braxton Hawkins hits his first triple of the game, the senior, putting the lead at 5. Hanging riser, too strong.
Forced that a little bit there.
Alta doesn't feel like they've found their rhythm yet here, Coach.
Lehi's moving the ball really well, getting guys in good spots. Ooh,
how about the ball movement? Ooh. Boy, great recognition there by Cooper, just too high off the window and shallow. Hink working inside, bit of a forced pass there. And a foul here will go against Lehi. This will go on Hawkins, the first on Braxton. Alta here will inbound baseline. Varner coming off the floor. It's a substitution for Lehi. Easton Hawkins in, but off the inbound, it's Doliak with his first field goal.
Scoring on baseline out of bounds plays is a big deal.
You know, I had a colleague of yours, Coach Mark Miller of Cottonwood, was an assistant for you. At Cottonwood told me his go-to on those inbounds, and for him, that's just straight money. He realized how critical that can be.
If you can convert there in a controlled situation, it's a big deal in those so few possessions in 8-minute quarters. Got to take advantage.
A 3 there from Hink was off the mark. Lehi working around a couple screens here. Long J won't go there for Hawkins.
Tough shooting so far from both teams.
Yeah, we're past the midway point here, 8-5. This is for potentially Region 8. Inside, an offensive foul. And that's going to be the first on Doliak.
Great help again. Their helps rotate so quickly. It's a really good job.
Talk about Region 8 on the line. Alta undefeated. Lehi within a game. A win tonight would have a 2-way tie with a 2-game lead over Timpview. A lot on the line here. What's a great environment just early on at Lehi.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Lots of students here. The parking lot's packed.
Oh, how about Lewis? That's a hanging hit for Cooper.
It's a true jump shot. That's tough.
Here's Reiser hearing it from those Lehi students trying to drive. Good eyes, but Goodfellow doesn't have much of an option there. Will dribble out. Ace.
Really tough shot, off balance, leaning into the basket.
I mean, you're probably happy you don't have to try to scheme for that anymore, right, Coach?
Yeah, scheming against Tim, even as a sophomore, was a really big challenge, and he had a lot of weapons around him then, let alone what he has now.
He's just a junior as well. That 3 from Lewis was short. Jackson on the run out here for Alta. Has Reiser. Lewis.
Interesting that wasn't called a kick right there.
I was kind of surprised. Here's Johnson. Lewis defending him. Goodfellow laying off. Boy, a bit of a hesitation there on the charge call.
Yeah.
But it will go the other way.
Officials interesting sometimes. They want the other guy to make the call.
Those block charges are so hard.
Yeah.
That
was probably the right one. He was there for a while, waiting for him.
I'm guessing that's one where if that's against your side, you probably don't like it. If it's anybody else, it's like, well, it's 50-50. I mean, it's.
Yeah, absolutely.
I hate block charge. I feel like it's impossible.
Yeah, it's a tough call. I don't know if it would help to have a charge circle or not.
Dusty Litzer's a big fan of getting the arch.
The ones that hurt is when your guy's in the air, the other guy's under the basket, kind of slides under after your guy left his feet. But charge seems to be the more popular call.
It kind of feels like when in doubt, right? Yeah. Another turnover here by Lehi. Johnson looking to hand off. Nice defense there by Lehi. And last to touch it was the Hawks.
Alta with, 3-4 steals here in the first few minutes to get going downhill a little bit.
And really, they haven't been able to convert off of it.
Right.
Far side here, Hawkins. Now over with Tanner Cook. Cook, the senior, came on. Cooper Lewis inside of 2 to go here in our first quarter. Cooper, man, he can create space. That batted, couldn't be saved.
Cheerleaders going down.
Hey, that's good resiliency by the cheer group.
Yeah, they stayed on their feet.
Yeah,
that was
they
impressive.
did. They were ready for that one. That would have been a charge all the way. All the way.
No question. Cheerleaders with matching shoes down there. That's impressive. Black, white, and red.
Hey, you got to bring your A game to region championships, Coach.
Absolutely, all the way through. We have matching coaches' shoes.
Nice.
We use from time to time.
Nice. Oh, good recognition. The drive and another Lehi foul here as it was Nash Hink. I think he was scoreless in that first matchup. He's trying to seize the opportunity there of that lane opening up. The third team foul here on Lehi, the first on Easton Hawkins.
Tough call for him there. He looked pretty vertical, but maybe his momentum took him into the guy.
So 2 free throws here for Nash Hink. And the first one good. First points tonight for Nash.
Maybe a different defense coming from Alta.
And Hink hits them both.
Staying man, it looks like.
Does that surprise you? Is that primarily what Coach Warren likes to run?
Yeah, it looked like they were changing it, but they look the same.
Kicked out, 3 here from Hawkins. Easton rattled out.
Really good job by Johnson contesting that shot, using his length. That's important.
Feels like not a lot of second chance opportunities for Lehi in the first quarter of this one either.
Ace looking to force things a little bit.
Oh, patience. Tanner Cook had to run the floor, an athletic grab to haul it in, and then able to wait and hit it. Hink was trying for the tie. That skipped across.
Quick shots by Alta.
Lewis, I thought he was going to pull that one.
I was going to say, he had some room there. Good rhythm.
Boy, quick drive. That one couldn't get the bounce.
Ooh, big rebound.
Dual possession here is Johnson and Brousseau in the battle. The arrow will give it to Alta.
It's a good job by Lehi. Now they get the next one out of the quarter.
Yeah, I think you take that all day long, right?
Absolutely.
Final possession of this first quarter. Shot clock turned off for Hink and company. Our clock a little slow. Final 15 seconds here. Over to Johnson. Double team there.
Oh.
And that off the backboard, and they turn it over. Just 1.9 left. That Lehi defense continuing to flex its muscle here in the first quarter.
They look like they got something dialed up right here. 1.9.
Well, they put 2.5 on it.
Oh, they went back. They went up.
A half-court look. Ooh, just off the rim. And that'll do it for the first. 12-9. Lehi leading Alta. You're watching KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week, presented by Heidemann and Associates.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
Mountain Land Power Equipment provides exceptional service and high-quality brands you know and trust in lawn, landscaping, and snow removal products. Our experienced staff of technicians repair all types of snow plows, snow blowers, lawn mowers, small engines, and is trained to answer questions about lawn, garden, snow removal, and landscaping products. Mountain Land Power Equipment, now with 2 locations to serve you in Salt Lake City and Springville.
Welcome back. Lehigh High School started the second quarter. Dane Stewart, Lance Gummersall with you. Coach, first quarter, any thoughts? Lehigh, Alta, anything stick out to you?
I mean, 12-9 isn't the highest scoring quarter. I think both teams have a little bit of nerves coming into this game. Kind of showed a little bit with the shooting percentages and turnovers and decision making. So hopefully they both settle down and we see some good rhythm coming into play here.
Is there anything you try to do to maybe overcome that? I mean, is it, hey, this is where we go to our go-to play, or we want to work more inside? Because it feels like we've had a lot of kind of outside shots, 15 and extended.
Yeah, we always like to settle our scorers into play in the gameplay with a quick early set, get them something at the basket, something so they see the ball go in to calm them down. That always seems to help our guys.
You know, even that possession, Alta's trying to get it into the big man, and it's Cooper Lewis coming from the backside and ripping that away. And there's a foul here. This is going to be 20 feet out, called on Compton.
Lehigh's help is just so good. It's hard to get post entries for Alta.
It'll be baseline here for the Pioneers at the 4th team foul on Alta. Here's Anderson. Oh, little pump fake. Sets up Spencer. Well, that three was short. Compton leading the break here. Johnson being defended by Varner. They work inside. Doliak blocked away by Brousseau, and a foul here on Alta.
Great defense right there. Stayed straight up, got all ball.
Boy, I think that's on Goodfellow, and if that's the case, that's going to be... Nope, it's on Doliak, his second.
Oh, they gave that to Doliak, not Reiser. Interesting. Reiser looked like he came through.
I thought that's where it was going to be as well. That three from Lewis off the mark. Ball on the floor. And Alta has it.
Great job getting on the floor right there by Alta.
Oh, Reiser. How about Lewis staying with him? But that's a crafty move.
Such a tough shot with his feet not really set. Unbelievable.
There are very few players who will do that to Cooper Lewis.
Yeah. And then make it.
Yeah. Varner the three. Preston Varner. He's got 8 points. Compton. Looking back up top. Reiser had to kind of hold it. Good collapse there. Sets up Compton. The three for Bo won't go.
Lehigh just making it super tough to get the ball into the post guys, Doliak and Jackson Johnson.
Cooper thought there was contact there. So did his coach. No call coming. Reiser the other end. And we've got a whistle here. The foul called on Lehigh. Hawkins, Braxton picking up his second.
Lehigh's ball pressure just looks like it's frustrating Reiser a little bit here. He's gotten 2 buckets to go in, but right there on the penetration, really good active hands by Lehigh to get a deflection there. guess they called it foul, but still didn't let him get a layup.
Yeah. Well, and even it feels like some of his shots are not second guessed, but there's some hesitation, some delay, and it hasn't harmed him a ton yet. But even like a possession to go, it kind of caught in the air and had to get rid of it.
Yeah, that shot there, flat-footed, little deep. Probably not what Alta wants him to be taking.
$5:20 to go here, first half. Varner trying to back it down. Tough fadeaway, won't go. Offensive board. Anderson kept it alive. Lewis stepping through, blocked by Johnson. 2-on-1, ace. Blocked away and a foul. Oh, Coach Lewis doesn't like that one. It's a lot of basketball on that. I think they called the body, but regardless.
If I'm Coach Lewis, I'm asking him where he got him, up top or down low.
It'll be free throws here for Ace.
That looks super clean.
I believe the foul called on Easton Hawkins, his second.
Coach Lewis getting an explanation. Be curious to hear what he says there.
I was going to say, I don't think it'll help.
Yeah,
but
it doesn't help, but man alive.
Ace making his first. He's got one more here.
The tough part on that situation is it looks like Cooper's getting hit on this end with the
Right.
body, but then that one looked really clean. They give him a call down here on this end and no call for Cooper.
I mean, I don't want to speak for you, but I feel like the more coaches I talk to, they're like, well, I just want consistency. Both ends and we're good, right?
Absolutely. No question. If you feel like your guy's getting hammered on a shot and they don't call it, then they call it the other way. That feels like it's going against you.
That one lost on the drive. Another run out, Ace.
And then they don't call that one. That was an easy one.
Well, this is maybe a little bit of a makeup on
Yeah.
each end, right?
Agreed.
And here's Cooper. Hand it off with Anderson.
Ball movement slowed down a little bit for Lee. I don't
It
know
has.
if they're fatiguing a little bit or what, but running a different motion.
Handing off. Lewis kicks to the corner. Tanner Cook hitting the big triple from the corner.
That action created some really good space. Cooper was able to get going downhill, and then the help came from the ball side, able to kick it out, get an open shot.
And that's the tough thing. If you want help on Cooper Lewis, he'll feed that all night long.
Just makes the right basketball play, which is important.
That one nearly taken back there by Alta, but Lehi able to maintain it. It's amazing. Cooper Lewis, 18 points per game, 4 assists, 4 rebounds, and 4 steals. He does it all.
Yeah, that's a great line.
Brousseau in the paint, able to take advantage. And that lead now pushed to 7. Stolen away.
Oh,
There's
boy.
one of them. Cooper. It's a 9-point lead here for Lehi, and Coach Orrin going to take a timeout as the Pioneers starting to find their rhythm here in the second quarter.
Lehi's defense is dictating the whole pace of the game. The way they're playing defense in passing lanes, deferring the post entries, it's dictating everything right now.
So, Coach, if you're Alta, what do you try to do to combat that?
They've got to I talk to my guys and tell them you got to get more physical, get into their bodies so you can get more space as you're cutting on the outside to get open catches on reversals and wing catches, right? And then the post guys, they got to, if they have help heavy from one side, you got to have a corner guy cut high post. Then you can take that help away and put it over top or hit the high post guy, then into the like a high-low action type thing, if that's where they're looking to go. But sometimes another team just comes out and is physical. One team shies away. We've struggled with that a little bit this season with our team, being kind of a similar type to Alta. Lots of juniors, sophomores, a freshman point guard. Sometimes the physical bodies and physical play just turns your guys' minds a different way, and they shy away from it.
Alta hasn't made a 3 yet. They shoot about 34% beyond the arc. Is that something that you're looking, hey, let's try to get some outside confidence going?
At this point, I'm just trying to get a basket,
Okay.
which they did right there, right? They're only 13, now 15. almost done with the first half. That's not a great output. I just want something. Looks like they switched to a 2-3 right here. See what Lehi does. Flash the guy to the high post immediately. Get him a catch.
Warner.
You see Alta's guys really turning their heads into that high post. They get more catches there. The shooters will be open.
How about the patience here by Lehi? Oh, you come on the weak side as that zone moves. And it's finish at the rim again here for Cook.
Really good job. Again, in that 2-3 zone, the hardest part to get players to do is not to look in when the high post gets a catch, because then shooters are open or cutters are open, just like in that situation right there.
This defense continuing to fly around here for Lehi. Here's Hink working off the screen, back out to Johnson for 3. That was strong, and it's Lewis. Boy, wasn't going to bite on that attempted charge draw, and Cook with back-to-back buckets.
Euro helps guys avoid a lot of charges.
Yep.
He didn't necessarily read it the right direction, but he slowed his body down enough not to get a charge.
Here's Reiser. The lob to Johnson. Great movement without the basketball there.
Yeah, Lehi's helping so much, it looks like. Sometimes those back cuts there are going to be open because they turn their heads to the ball.
Still in that zone here. Lewis handing off. It's Cook again. Tanner Cook with a big third quarter. He's got 10 here just in the second.
Really good job getting open space in the zone.
The answer won't go. Cook had it. And now we're going to have a tie ball. Dual possession will keep it here.
Yeah, Ace Reiser having a tough go so far. Hopefully he can figure it out and get it going for him.
Yeah, he had 18 in the first matchup. Goodfellow had 19. Goodfellow hasn't scored tonight. Ace sitting with 8 unofficially, but they've all been hard-earned points.
Yeah, they are in his space.
Yeah. Here's Hink. Reiser, you get the switch.
Look at that help. Look at that help down there, though.
Yeah.
They're not allowing that pass over the top.
Long 3, and that one finally goes for Alta. A sigh of relief for Coach Orn as Hink dials it up.
Still a really tough shot.
Yeah.
Hand in the face, outside of high school range.
About 1 second differential, shot clock to game clock here.
Alta goes away from the zone real quick after giving up quick buckets.
Good defense, that batted out. Stays here. Substitution here, Matt McKee coming on, the sophomore for Alta. Into the backcourt here with Lewis. 15 seconds left.
You get the last shot for Lehi, and you get the ball coming out of the half.
Yeah.
It's a big possession if you get 2 buckets back-to-back.
And you can make it a double-digit difference. 5 seconds left. Over to Lewis. Lewis inside. Brousseau hanging and won't go. And that will do it. Boy, what a second quarter. Tanner Cook helping to pace Lehi to a 9-point lead at home over the Alta Hawks. You're watching KSL Sports Rewind's Game of the Week, presented by Heidemann and Associates.
For over 25 years, Salt Lake Running Company has helped people of all ages and levels find the gear they need to start their fitness journey. From a free custom shoe fit analysis to a premium assortment of footwear and workout essentials, SLRC is a top 10 run shop in America. Locally owned, locally operated at 5 locations along the Wasatch Front. SLRC is there to help you gear up and get out. Visit a store near you or shop online at slrc.com.
Welcome back here to Lehi High School. Dane Stewart, Coach Lance Gummersall with you. 29-20, Lehi leading Alta. The Pioneers will have the basketball start this second half. And boy, two very different halves. A quick whistle, an offensive foul away from the basketball here. Going to go.
Winning games at the high school level is having role players that knock down shots or score for you, because everybody's going to game plan to take away your best player because they know who your best player is. So if you're Alta, you need to get some of those guys involved and see what they can do and get them going. Then it'll flow easier to open things up for Johnson and Ace.
Boy, pretty good look there for Varner. Wouldn't go. Alta able to get the clear. Doliak trying to establish himself inside. They'll work over to Reiser.
Oh, wow.
Boy, that ball found Brousseau, who's on the floor.
Good he didn't roll over.
Skipped over. Braxton driving, blocked away, got it back. Cooper, boy, just dissecting. How about the navigation around the screen and then through the paint?
Great use of the ball screen up top. Really used that well going back left.
Back to Alta. This is Doliak. Oh, nice cut. Easy bucket there for Carter Goodfellow, his first of the night.
Get those easy ones. That'll get things opened up for him if they can keep going with it.
Driving and blocked away at the rim. Johnson came over to take it away. Now leading the break here for Alta. To Doliak.
Great pass, great pass. Just keeps it simple right there.
We'll see if that helps them get in that rhythm. It's a team that likes to play fast pace. You get a couple runouts, all of a sudden things just fit into place.
Yeah. We talk to our guys a lot about getting 3 stops in a row. We call it a kill. If they can get that going, they have 2 here. If they can get 1 more, that's a good sign for them to get going here.
That is a metric that is gaining more and more steam. I feel like the more coaches I talk to every year, that grows exponentially in the state.
We've used it for a while. Our goal is usually 6 a game. If we can get that, hopefully it leads to winning.
Brousseau, fouled right at the rim. Good take there by Grayson. He'll head to the line here. Johnson picking up his second. Grayson, young man who plays football as well, picked up an offer at Colorado State. His brother committed there, a chance to go play with his brother. Of course, he's just a junior, got another year here.
That's exciting. Getting any kind of offer is exciting for these guys.
No kidding, huh? 2 for 2. Multi-sport athlete, able to hit his free throws.
Alta's got to stop their 3 stops in a row process over again.
Yeah. Up top here with Anderson. Braxton. Here's Lewis. 8 on the shot clock. Down to 5. Cooper trying to drive on Reiser, hanging.
Oh, how's that not a foul?
Official there saying it was right on top of the ball. Coach Quincy saying that's on the wrist.
The official diagonally that has our angle should have seen that was right on the wrist. The guy underneath saw all ball because of his angle, it looked like.
Here's the thing, if LeBron's not going to get that call, I'm just teasing.
Yeah, LeBron needs to chill out with his reactions.
Johnson for 3, that was short.
Great cut.
Lewis. He doesn't look like the biggest kid, but man, he can just navigate, and even there taking contact and finishing.
Coach Lewis wanted a foul on that one too. Cooper Lewis ends up on the floor, and then he gets back and gets a deflection to slow the play down and reset the defense for Lehi. That's a big deal.
Substitutions here is Bo Compton back on the floor for Alta. Tanner Cook is checked in, as has Easton Hawkins for the Pioneers. Compton. Oh, they find Johnson. that help comes over and the rotation doesn't get back.
They're having the hedge guy off the ball screen, and then if you rotate it fast and hit the roll guy, you're going to have layups if that guy doesn't recover after guarding the ball screen.
7 now for Jackson. Alta sticking around here. That's a tough jumper for Cooper. Won't go. Batted. Jackson has it.
Ooh, they got numbers here.
Johnson handing off. Compton back to Jackson. Double team there, trying to feed Doliak. Couldn't fit it in.
Tight window there.
Yeah. Rousseau taking contact there from Reiser. And on Reiser, I think this might be his second. First, my bad. First on Ace.
Ace showing some good leadership right there, bringing his guys together, trying to get them to settle down a little bit.
2 free throws again here for Grayson. Little home rim action there. Two for two. Lehi's done a nice job. Alta's been trying to make that push, but they've been able to keep them in this 9 range.
Yeah, getting a bucket when it gets to 5 or 7, keeping the distance. Alta trying to get something set here. Looks like a little confusion.
Yeah. Reiser, they give that
looking for a
switch.
lob play there, but Lehi covered it well.
Shot clock down to 10.
What a joy to say shot clock. It's so good.
Right? Reiser, boy, tough 3. That's a good recovery.
Goodness.
My goodness. And a foul here on the inbound. I don't know how Reiser has that. Any space. Tanner Cook has a good closeout there. It just didn't matter.
That shot was somewhat in rhythm. But I'll tell you, we've had 3 to 5 end of shot clock threes go in on us this season, and I immediately curse the shot clock as soon as they go in.
Cooper foul here. This foul called on Compton. Quick back-to-back fouls here on Bo. That's going to be his 3rd, and it will send Cooper Lewis to the line. Cooper good on the first. (39-31). Alta trailing here. Only lost to one in-state team. That's Wasatch Academy. Drive by Hink, hanging. Boy, tough finish for Nash.
An action they just ran that really created some open gaps they could get to the paint on. End up getting a free layup there. Not necessarily free, contested, but some space to get one up.
Final 2 minutes here of the 3rd. Been a 13-10 quarter for the Hawks. Stop. Well, a couple stops here late would certainly help. The comeback effort. Varner working out to Braxton.
Alta doesn't want to foul here. They're in the shot clock. Oh, they get the steal. Get the foul on Lehi.
I was going to say, at that point, it was like, oh, you played defense for so long, but the foul given here.
Once the shot clock gets under 10, you do not want to foul. Immediately goes back to 35.
The 3rd on Braxton Hawkins.
Took him out of the game. Save him a little bit.
Yeah. Jackson straight away. Well, that might have been deflected.
That was tipped. Looked like number 2 touched it.
How about the closeout? Easton Hawkins, the 6'4" sophomore, with the close, get the deflection, and now a timeout taken here by Lehi. 39-33. Pioneers out in front. We'll take a timeout. We'll stay here and a chance to maybe talk to Coach Gomersall. Coach, we had one of your colleagues, a former assistant, on a couple weeks ago, and Coach Mark Miller, head coach at Cottonwood. Give us a good Mark Miller story.
I've been thinking and trying to figure one out, but they play tonight, don't they? Play Stansbury, I think. They used to play. Usually
I think
play
they
Wednesdays.
play Wednesday and Friday.
I thought I looked and saw they played tonight.
Maybe
but
they do play tonight, but
I will confirm the way he became my assistant coach at Conwood was by just hanging around. I was like, he was just there at practices. I was like, telling my wife, I'm like, yeah, Mark's here. Like, I don't know if he really wants to coach. I know he got a degree in coaching and he's coached AAU before, but like, I don't know if I need him. And then he was super great as his boys played at corner and we played against each other and against his, he coached against his boys kind of. And then we had some great games against corner when I was at Cottonwood, and he stayed with us and it was great.
The lesson there is persistence. Persistence pays off.
Yeah, I heard it was the same with his wife. He just wouldn't leave her alone, and eventually she just gave in, and that's how they got together.
Grayson Brousseau at the rim, able to score out of the timeout for Lehi, pushing it back to 8. Reiser works out. Doliak showing a little distance. That's off the front of the rim and out.
Doliak with 8 3-pointers on the season. Lehi's probably okay with him putting that one up.
Yeah, he doesn't take many, but with how they've shot the long ball line, it's like, look, I just need some spark, right?
Somebody. I mean, that would have cut it to 5. Would have been a big deal here.
Yeah.
Flare screen action there.
Here's Anderson trying to drive. Reiser. Ooh, boy. I thought Reiser turned around and got in position, but the official right there, much better angle than me, calls the block, and that'll be the second on Ace.
He looked set with his feet, but he didn't look like he took it square. He kind of turned at the last minute. Those charges, as much as we want our players to take them, they're not the funnest thing to take part of.
No. First free throw there for Anderson, good. He's got one more. The lead is 10. Final possession here of the quarter. Well, potentially. Shot clock turned off here. Oh, Johnson
looked like
had
the
the
travel
roll
there, too.
over with Hink. Clock down to 6. And fouled here. 5.2 left. That's one of those, Coach, you're late in the possession. And
yeah, no shot clock, though, so nothing to reset. But definitely a foul there. Alta does a great job of pushing the post entries, trying to get an isolated side. Oh, tough way to end the quarter.
yeah, they won't get a shot away. Not the first time that Lehi has been able to close out a quarter on the defensive end. And they'll close it out with a 10-point lead. The fourth quarter coming up next. Lehi, Alta. Don't go anywhere. We got a good one on KSLSports.com.
Mountain Land Power Equipment provides exceptional service and high-quality brands you know and trust in lawn, landscaping, and snow removal products. Our experienced staff of technicians repair all types of snow plows, snow blowers, lawn mowers, small engines, and is trained to answer questions about lawn, garden, snow removal, and landscaping products. Mountain Land Power Equipment, now with 2 locations to serve you in Salt Lake City and Springville.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
Welcome back here. 43-33 Lehi leading Alta. Dane Stewart, Lance Gummersall with you. Coach, has been a statement for Lehi from the beginning. The defense has been locked in, made it really tough on Alta tonight.
Yeah, I don't know what Alta averages a game, but 33.
This is not on pace.
Got to be low.
It is low. It's not uncommon for them to hit 60, 70. Oh, nice eyes. Extra pass.
Oh, boy,
And
oh, boy, oh,
that's
boy, oh,
gonna
boy.
be
Tough
a
foul,
hard
tough foul. Steven Adams was there. He would have caught the Lehi guy and not let him all hit the floor.
This is Compton, who's trying to work his way back to his feet.
Looks like he hit his tailbone pretty hard.
Yeah. Excuse me, that's not Compton. I saw the 2. It's McKee. I saw the 2. I didn't see the 5. So Matt McKee, the sophomore here, back on his feet. Good to see. But, boy, those are tough ones, holding that hip.
It's probably right that they didn't call a flagrant, but it did look like he got around his neck there. But Lehi got caught in the air.
It certainly isn't intentional.
Yeah.
But when you get the player in the air and then the response come down kind of over the shoulders, it's one where I probably wouldn't have too much qualm with whichever direction they went.
Yeah, both guys at that point just trying not to get hurt.
Yeah. So McKee will head off. Doliak will come on. He'll take the free throws here.
It's interesting. I don't know if there's an injury. Does the
that's what I was wondering.
Opposing coach get to choose the free throw shooter?
That's what I was thinking.
I thought that was the rule. And
I wonder if that's what Quincy's asking. Because I thought that was the rule as well. They sub Doliak on, and I don't know that it's automatic that he's the one that gets to take it.
They should be able to pick the freshman at the end of the bench. Let's see what they call here.
Well, now they're clearing the lane, so they might have called a flagrant or an intentional. Oh, never mind. Timeout here. They're discussing the rule book, I believe is what we're at. So we'll all learn something tonight, huh?
Yeah, we'll see what they decide. Next thing I'll know, the next game we play will have the same situation and it'll be different. Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. It does look like Doliak's going to take the free throw, so Coach Lewis doesn't appear to be too upset.
10-point lead, he'd feel differently if it was a 2-point game, maybe.
He appears to be okay with whatever the explanation was.
Whatever they decided.
First free throw here for Carter.
Well, worked out anyway, for Lehi at least.
Been that kind of a night. Just a tough shooting night across the board.
I think got to give Lehi a ton of credit for that, the way they defended.
This has been a defensive effort for the season tonight. Certainly not for the season, but it's been critical for them to put themselves in this position. We have a foul here away from the
Lehi
ball.
stepped out of bounds.
Ooh.
Got too high there and stepped on the sideline.
Appreciate that, Coach.
What's that?
I said I appreciate that. Eyes were elsewhere.
Eyes went down, yeah.
Yeah.
Usually don't see him step out of bounds on the sideline. That's an NBA thing because there's no room over there.
This one knocked out. Stay here with Alta.
Tough spot to take the ball out.
Jackson worked inside. Doliak, count it. They've brought that hedge all night. The movement over to Jackson, and I love a quick entry, right? While that defense trying to reset, move the basketball, and Carter Doliak with a nice finish.
The quick entry made it easier for a post catch because they couldn't get on top of it. And then just a simple move from Doliak to get to the other side.
And now some pressure here by Alta. Oh, nearly given up, and it is. Riser, boy, got caught in the air.
Now he has him.
Will work out. Hink for three. Here comes Alta. Back-to-back three-point plays, and it's a one-possession game.
Huge possessions right there. An and one, and then a steal and a quick three. Gets them right back in this game.
We talked about the first game between these two teams. It was a 45-42 game going into the fourth. Lehi led. Alta had a 20-9 fourth, able to come back and get the win. What could they look to do the same thing in game number 2.
A 10-point lead.
It's not a, yeah.
Disappeared in a heartbeat right
that
there.
It did. That wow. It did. My goodness.
And that's both crowds are alive now, it feels like.
And that's the hard thing. I mean, you talk about coming into the fourth quarter, just one player for Alta was in double figures. That was Ace with 13. He getting that 3. He's at 12. Joliak had a quick 3. He's at 7. Jackson's at 7. That scoring starting to pick up here for Alta.
Yeah. See where they go here defensively. Looked like they were going to go press again after that make. Coming out of the timeout. Looks like just picking up man.
I've actually been surprised we haven't seen more full court pressure tonight. I feel like this year we've seen a lot of it, especially with the shot clock.
Yeah.
But tonight we really haven't seen it much.
Yeah, some of the thought is you can take 8 seconds off even with the drift press. See what you can get.
I'm a big fan of that. Lewis kicks it out here. Stolen away.
Quick hands. Oh.
Boy, that's a tough pass. And they say Joliak last to touch it.
No
It'll be
way.
Basketball.
That was a tough decision by Ace. He should have kept that ball, but I thought that was off of Lehi on the deflection there. That was interesting.
Back to pressure here. Lob up with Anderson.
Now they're down to 22 on the clock. Still not set. Now they are 19.
I'm a big fan of it.
Yeah. Especially with a lead, actually. It actually plays in your favor to burn some of it.
Shot clock down to 10. Lewis trying to work around here. Hanging off the mark. Johnson with the board. Reiser finding space. That was just short. Varner.
Big rebound.
Wants a big rebound there for Preston.
Cooper thought about that one there for a second. Then time and score came into his mind, it looked like.
Here is Lewis from the corner, won't go.
Really good set right there to get him an open look.
Zone look here for Lehi. Maybe not. My bad.
I think they're man. The way they help, though, it looks like a zone.
Here's Joliak.
On the 10 on the shot clock. You don't want to foul if you're Lehi. Gives him a new possession.
Inside, Johnson with space. 1 point ball game. A 9-0 run here for Alta to start this fourth quarter.
Lehi just looking stagnant now. Looks like they're getting set here.
Yeah, where's that ball movement, right, that we saw in the first half?
Moved it really well.
Long 3 for Hawkins is strong. And it's Lehi that all of a sudden can't buy a bucket.
It's a little quick.
Alta now slowing it up.
Hardest part right now as a coach is the communication with the crowd. Communicating with your players while the crowd is so loud.
Just have them wear wristbands, coach, wristbands. Johnson, the 3 and the lead for Alta. Time out, Lehi. It took 28 minutes, but the Hawks finally have the lead.
This timeout in this situation is really interesting. I've had a lot of conversations about using timeouts after you make a basket. Coming back from such a deficit, you think it's a good time to settle your guys down and play defense, but at the same time, you just gained all this momentum and you use a timeout now to give Lehi an opportunity to drop a set and get a good look. So is it good to take the timeout or is it not good to take the timeout?
Well, and for me, if I'm Quincy, I'm like, we haven't made a shot.
Yeah.
Right? Like, we got to get our offense back, and this feels like a pretty critical juncture. Giving up the lead, I mean, all of a sudden, all the momentum on the side of those wearing the red tonight. Where do you go here if you're Lehi?
I'm excited they gave me a timeout, for one. And then I worry that they'll change, or think about if they're going to change their defense or where they're going to go here if they come with the press, ready for that. And then I would get something at the basket for sure to see it go in. They haven't scored the whole score. Do they score this quarter?
Yeah, they haven't scored yet.
They haven't scored the whole quarter, right? So they need.
That's what you were talking about, right?
They show up. Obviously, that block will go down in the stats, but just being in the right place.
Yep. Here's Hink trying to get around Lewis and fouled here. This on the floor. Hey, I got something for you. You ready for this? This is going to improve your team immensely, Coach.
Can't wait. Anything we can get.
So for a foul on the shot, it's all about the habitual shooting motion. That's the language in the rule book. So you just got to teach your players your habitual shooting motion is 2 steps.
Right.
It's all, and then that's the habitual motion,
just
right?
Get it up.
Yeah.
Hear the whistle. Let it go.
I'm all about finding the loopholes. There's Cooper with the block for Lehi.
Any angle we can get.
Out with Cooper Lewis again. 3:15 to go here in regulation. Alta trying to create a 2-game lead in Region 8.
Yeah, using the clock a little bit here, it looks like. Now they're going to their set.
Varner gives back Lewis.
Alta really good on the ball screen.
And he lost it. And Coach Lewis going to take a timeout as they still haven't been able to find points in this fourth quarter.
You can't coach every player like he's coaching his boy right now. I don't think you can coach guys that way all the time, but with your own son, I think you can get after him a little bit more.
Well, that's a hard one, right? Because you have that double team come over. There's a little bit of contact there. I don't know if there's enough to call a foul, but certainly doesn't help in creating a little bit of momentum and the slippage. And
yeah, right. Absolutely.
How do you get back in rhythm for Lehi?
Got to go to your best set somehow. Get to that best set. Alta really guarded the ball screen action. They were trying to get Cooper going downhill there, but they hedged it well, then recovered back to the screener. So they kept going back to it, but they couldn't get anything productive out of it. So I would go to something with more movement like they had early, and again, get close to the basket and get something that's simple right there, right?
Coach, we've got 2 great 5A teams here tonight. You coached 5A basketball for a long time. You're now in 6A. Any differences, 6A versus 5A, that you've noticed just in your different roles?
5A teams are really good. There's a lot of really good 5A teams. And the shift, you'll see next year in the different realignment, everything's shifted over a little bit with different types of teams at each classification. But there's not a ton different in the play style. It's pretty similar.
Yeah, you'll welcome to Lehi to 6A next year.
Right, yeah, absolutely. They'll fit in just fine.
Yeah, that they will.
Be good.
That they will. Here's Reiser.
Oh,
boy. That one launched. Oh, how about
Great
the
hustle.
save? That's Goodfellow. Keeping it in. Hink, too strong.
Lehi's got to take advantage here. They got numbers a little bit here. See what they can get. Open 3.
In the corner, Braxton.
Oh, my goodness.
Brousseau trying to tie up. But, boy, that's an extended, they let that one go a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought that was a jump ball. But if you're Lehi, you can't not take that shot. He's wide open in the corner.
Yep.
Catch and shoot.
He made one back in the first quarter, right? Like, you have confidence in that shot.
Absolutely. Ooh, Alta getting a switch they want here.
Johnson for 3. Ooh, was online, just short.
That was a deep one.
Unofficially, Lehi made 4 threes in the first half. They haven't made 1 in the second half, so that has turned.
Yeah. I mean, not scoring this whole quarter is unbelievable.
There's inside 2 minutes left. And they turn it over. Wow.
Alta, same thing here. If I'm Alta, I'm running my best set, getting something simple at the rim here. It looks like they're going to try to post up Doliak. Oh, he sent a ball screen.
Here's Hink. Oh, Reiser was open.
Too much dribbling sometimes. Lots of ball screen action.
Ace, a long 3. And a foul here. Offensive. Loose ball foul on Alta. As Doliak picking it up.
No bonus yet. No bonus.
Yeah, that was the 6th foul on Alta, 6 on Lehi as well. Free throws the rest of the way.
Maybe Lehi just attacks enough to get to the free throw line. See it go in somehow.
You know, and that's a hard thing is that you get in these moments and people are like, I don't like officials deciding end of games. It's like right now, man, I just go right at it, right? Try to get
absolutely. Something else other than a turnover or a missed shot.
Yeah.
I mean, that just happens sometimes. You just can't get it to go. But these games like this, anything can happen. We had a classic with Mountain Ridge a week ago, and anything can happen.
Yep.
You want to get some space if you're either team.
There's room there for Cooper. He'll kick out. Lewis coming forward. Look at Reiser right on him.
They do not want him to have it.
Shot clock down to 10 here for Lehi.
Ball screen action again. Doesn't get much. Oh, great pocket
back to
pass
Brousseau. Grayson Brousseau with the fourth quarter points for Lehi. Ties it up with 40 seconds left. And a timeout taken here by Alta. Wow.
Huge possession. Now, if you're Alta, you're going to the end of this shot clock, leaving Lehi as little time as possible to.
So let's talk about that, what you've seen in this game tonight. We talk about big averages for a lot of guys. Johnson sitting at 12 right now. You've got Ace Reiser at 13. These all unofficial. Hink at 10. Where do you go if you're Alta, knowing that this is probably your last shot of regulation?
The last few possessions, it looks like Lehi has been switching every screen. So if you can find a way to get a switch and get Johnson on the post, I'm going to use that and take advantage, right? You can get him on a little guy in the post, go to work down there. Right? But the biggest thing is the clock management. I think you don't want to go too early, but you want to make sure you get a quality shot.
Feels like 12 is usually that point. Is that about what you're saying here?
I would go 12 here, right, and try to put it up with 4, because then you don't leave them as much time. I mean, if you miss, then you got to get a stop. I'm assuming Lehi will take a timeout unless they have something quick.
Yeah, so each side has 2 timeouts left. There's a 7-second differential game clock to shot clock. Man, what a fourth quarter. Who saw this coming, Coach?
I mean, it's a barn burner. Man. Lots of points for Alta, at least.
Tell you what, both these teams are going to be tested for the 5A state playoffs, that's
absolutely.
for sure. Reiser.
Lehi wants to apply pressure, try to get a 5 count. Ace Reiser's probably not the guy you're going to get that against.
Yeah. 10 on the shot clock.
Risky
Hink
move.
into Doliak.
Immediate timeout.
Timeout with 12 seconds left. When the defender loses their feet, that one's as good as done.
Cooper tried to jump that and get a charge, but in that moment you got to be sure you're getting the charge, otherwise you're on the ground and your team's at a disadvantage, which is what ended up happening.
47-45 Alta, 14.7 left on the clock. So, Coach, I'll ask you the same question, other direction. If you're Lehi and what's gone on in this fourth quarter, what do you do here?
I mean, the old rule is at home you go for the tie, on the road you go for the win.
Yep.
So I don't know if that's a real thing that anybody follows or applies to their games.
I think that's probably an urban legend.
Probably right.
It's not far from the truth.
Look, similar situation a week and a half ago. We played Mountain Ridge and we ended up taking it out sideline 5.5 seconds, and we had 3 options for a 2. Didn't get any of them. Took advantage of a 3 at the buzzer, and it worked out. So I guess it can go either whatever way you want to take it.
Do you look for someone here? I mean, do you go to Cooper, or do you try to work it inside to Brousseau?
He's being guarded so tight. I wonder, like in my mind, I would maybe potentially try to. I mean, he hasn't necessarily scored well, but he's such a good player that they've keyed on all night. I would try to use him as a screen setter, or maybe someone to create for someone else.
They'll get it to Cooper here on the
Just
run. Pressure by Alta.
Oh, he's going downhill.
Clock down to 7. Brousseau for the lead. Grayson Brousseau hitting his first 3 of the night gives a 1-point lead to Lehi. How about the junior big man for Lehi?
His first 3 of the night and his 5th 3-pointer of the season. Those are the moments that you do not like as the opposing coach. But as the coach that got it to go for you, you love it.
Boy, Cooper gives that up. I'm like, man, that feels a little bit early. But they get Grayson open, and he hits it. My goodness, what a shot.
Shot it really confidently, like he hadn't only made 4 on the season before that one. Shot it like he had done it before.
He's got all 5 fourth quarter points for Lehi. Grayson Brousseau, the junior, trying to deliver a win.
Little generous with the clock. They put 5.3 up. I thought it went through the net with like 4, and then the timeout called a 3.5, but 5.3 is a generous number for Alta.
Yeah, I tried to stop it when I saw the timeout. I had 4, but we've reset it to 5 here to align. But
interesting. That's a lot more. Like that's a big 2 more seconds.
Is
a big difference.
This one where you get in the front court, take another timeout, or is this one where 5 seconds we just got to go get a look?
That's probably the right idea. You have 1 timeout left, right? I would get it. If you can get it to the front court and get another one, because it's so far to go and so much mess to get through.
Yeah,
you can settle them down again with another timeout.
Pressure here by Lehi, trying to protect home court.
Clock's not running.
Well, they tried to buzz it
right
before the inbound, and I'm not certain what the hesitation was for. I don't know if Coach Lewis wanted a timeout.
They weren't ready, that's for sure. The table was not ready.
It was not ready. That
I don't know,
mighty clear.
I don't know what Quincy Lewis just did in that timeout, but he came out of it and he looks like he just ran half a mile. He's breathing. He looks like he's in the game a little bit. He's got a little intense over there, breathing hard.
Well, and I mean, it speaks to the environment. You could barely hear that horn.
Oh, absolutely. Nobody knew what was going on. I don't know what the officials are discussing. I wonder if they're discussing where to inbound the ball, but if they set the clock back at 5.3.
Well, the play never starts, so it's still on the
You've got to be
baseline,
down there. If they're going to take half a second off, you can put it on the sideline.
But if that buzzer's going before the inbound, it should be dead.
Right. Totally. That guy, the guy at the table in the hat was trying to stop him before.
Yep.
It would be interesting. It would be an interesting thing to watch if Lehi had a foul to give. Given that they don't, they obviously can't foul, but if they had a foul to give, it'd be interesting to see if they would take it.
Are you a fan of that?
Situation.
Are you a fan of fouling?
Sometimes, if they didn't have any timeouts left, if Alta had 0 timeouts, absolutely, right? If they start going, get across half court, I'd take the foul, probably. But given Alta has a timeout left, doesn't necessarily benefit you that much, right? They still take it on the sideline, could use their timeout. Right, and maybe right now Alta's not ready, not going to use a timeout when they get across half court. Who knows? They might just try to go for it.
Yeah.
See each other, or share a room, even without words. Smiles bring us together. Let's keep yours healthy. Stonehaven Dental. Schedule online at stonehavendental.com.
For over 25 years, Salt Lake Running Company has helped people of all ages and levels find the gear they need to start their fitness journey. From a free custom shoe fit analysis to a premium assortment of footwear and workout essentials, SLRC is a top 10 run shop in America. Locally owned, locally operated at 5 locations along the Wasatch Front. SLRC is there to help you gear up and get out. Visit a store near you or shop online at slrc.com.
Welcome back. Dane Stewart, Coach Lance Gummersall with you. Man, it's been a good one. Battle of Top Region 8. Lehi, Grayson Brousseau hitting the 3 to put him up. 5 seconds left. Out the basketball. No more timeouts for Lehi. Alta has 1 left. Reiser
going
across
for it.
midcourt. Reiser doesn't get it away. The Lehi defense holds, and Lehi gets revenge over Alta 48-47.
Oh boy. Student section coming across the court to the other student section. Probably not a good idea.
Yeah, that is not a good idea at all. At all.
Yikes.
Hey, a great ball game. We don't want to condone that at all. Students, we can mature a little bit, but great ball game tonight. 2 very qualified teams. 2 teams will make deep runs. Coach, your final thoughts on a player of the game?
Unbelievable game. I think you have to give the player of the game to Grayson Brousseau. big shot at the end when it's not necessarily his forte to knock down those shots, but he hit it with confidence. 13 points, gives Lehi the win and evens it up for the top of the region.
Man, I'll tell you what, that is a big-time moment. He had all 5 Lehi points in the fourth quarter. Your point coach in the game winner, Grayson Brousseau, congratulations. Big night, helping Lehi hand Alta their first region loss as it's these two atop Region 8. I want to thank you for joining us. For Tino Psyche, Lance Gummersall, my name is Dane Stewart. Alta falling to Lehi 48-47. Grayson Brousseau, our player of the game. Thanks for joining us, and a reminder to catch us the rest of the way as we take you through to state championships right here on KSLSports.com. Good night, everybody.